Microcasting for your city. Talkapolis.
If you play a stringed instrument, you need to know about Nashville Violins. They sell, rent, repair, and restore all stringed instruments. They have the largest selection of violins in the 9-state area, and they have tutors for professionals and kids. Nashville Violins is the place for strings. Thank you for sponsoring the show.
Howdy folks, very exciting day here at Talkapolis, our landmark, fledgling, first show ever, Voices of Experience. And who do we have on the show? The greatest living singer of all time, Raul Malo.
Oh my
I
God.
think you are the greatest living
Really?
singer. Yeah, no, I really do.
Okay.
I think you're unbelievable. And Raul
It's true.
is of the Mavericks, which is,
Yeah.
you know, when I came here in the 90s, one of the biggest bands, really a landmark band, because the Mavericks did something very different for country music at the time, I think. And then you guys broke up for a while. You've had a really successful solo career, but you're back together, which is the big news, that you guys have an album coming out in January, right?
Yeah. We originally started, it was just going to be it was really, this whole thing got started just, we were talking about doing a tour. And so that was going to be it. It was just going to be a tour. We were going to go out and, you know, play a bunch of gigs and play the old stuff, and then that was it. But what happened was a bunch of these songs started to just kind of come up, and they really started to. I had a nice little collection of songs that really sounded like could be a Mavericks record, and then that tour got sidelined really because we made a record, and so I called my friends at Big Machine, Scott and Borchetta and Allison Jones, and asked them if they'd be into making a Mavericks record. Scott was around the first go around at MCA way back when, and he was the one that put us on the map, really, at least at country radio, and that really changed the trajectory of the band for sure. And so, you know, we just thought, well, what the heck, if we've got a record out there, they're a great label right now, and you know, they're at the top of the heap, and so when they said yes, that changed everything from doing a proper tour. That's why, you know, people say, well, are you touring? Yeah, we're touring some just to let the fans know that we're out, that we're back, doing a bunch of radio shows, get the word out that the Mavericks are back. But the real touring starts next year,
right.
And when the record comes out, then we'll be on what I call the proper tour,
The world tour.
Yeah, whatever.
When's the last year that the Mavericks put out an album? Like, what's the break been?
It's been, somebody pointed out, you know, time flies, I guess, when you're having fun, but somebody said to me, and I guess they were right, we did the math, it's been about 10 years since we've done anything together. Wow. You know, so, but it was it was weird. It was really strange because we hadn't rehearsed, we hadn't played shows together. We literally went into the studio, and that was the first time we had all been in the same room together, much less with instruments playing music, and it was great. I mean, we really, everybody just kind of picked up where it felt like we picked up where we left off.
It was kind of funny. I was in the studio with you guys, and it seemed like the songs just kind of all came together, and you had been writing, obviously, a lot of stuff for your solo work, but you kind of were gestating and kind of had these Maverick songs.
Yeah.
Right there at your fingertips. And then it was just wonderful to see you guys get back in there and put the band back together and as good as ever. And one of the wonderful things about country music is that fans are very loyal, and your fans all over the world are really excited.
Well, thank you. I mean, it feels that way. You know, a big, you know, we get asked a lot as to why we got back together and this and that, and a big component of reasons as to why we got back together has to be because of the fans, you know?
Yeah.
And that bulldozer.
Can you hear that? Do they not know that we have the greatest living singer of all time here in the studio for the very? Oh, this is what happens when you have your very first show ever, Voices of Experience. Tell us about some of the the difference between like when you've been out there on your own and what it's like with the band, and what you think may be similar and different this go around.
Well, I think certainly what's different this time around is we kind of know what to expect. We've been through it before, and everybody's in a great place, spiritually. Just everybody's got families. Everybody's in a different spot, and I think we can enjoy this time around. Enjoy it for what it is, and not get too stressed out on stuff, and have more control over what you do, over what you do. That's the biggest thing I think that we can tell young bands, is to really take control of what you're doing. Whatever you can do yourself, do it. Whether that's making your videos or promo stuff or
your social
records,
media stuff.
Yeah, social media stuff. Do all that as much as you can, and really, and I think this time around that's where we're at, instead of just letting other people do stuff.
Go here. Here's this.
Yeah,
next city.
You really have you really having a say in what it is you're going to do, and so that's what's different this time around, so other than that, it's pretty much the same, business as usual. Just get on the bus and go, and everybody's playing great, and really enjoying as much of it as we can.
There's a level of gratitude there. I think
so.
You can sense among the bandmates and everything. It's like we still get to make music. People still love what we do, and it's kind of fun to go back there and make the people happy.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And we're finding that the fans are there all over the world, and so that's really fun too.
Yeah. Well, we have a piece of a video, right, that we're going to show, and this is this from the single, the video, Born to Be Blue? We'll check it out. Let's roll it in.
She's not ordinary. It's her love I carry. I was born to be blue. I was born to be
blue. Born to Be Blue. That's the name of the first single that's out.
Yeah.
But the album that's coming out in January is called In Time.
In Time, yeah.
And there was a little bit of a debate about the different names for the album. You have so many great songs on this album. I've heard the whole thing and listened to it all the time. My personal favorite song is Come Unto Me. I think that's such a gorgeous song. Would that be a single? Maybe?
Yeah, I mean, we're hoping that it is. It's funny, that song has already kind of taken on a life of its own. It plays out already at our shows, like if it is a single.
Really?
So, yeah,
it's really dramatic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just got that. I love the drama of it, and I love your voice. Can you hear that mountaintop removal that's going on? I think they're fracking out there right now. It's really it's fracking up my interview, but that's okay because I'm a professional. So we're gonna keep it rolling. So what's it like with the fans? I mean, I have been lucky enough to go out there and open for you a little bit, and you're very, very gracious with them. You'll spend a lot of time, you'll sign their stuff, you'll take pictures, and I'm going to tell you, your fans are like, maybe they put the fan in fanatical. I mean, they love them some Raul Malo.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. They granted, I always kid them that, they really are so enthusiastic, and most of them I know a lot of them, and they're just great people that are music fans that I think are a little they always want the band to be more famous. They're always trying to get the word out, and
they take it personally.
Yeah, they take it upon themselves, and I think that's awesome. I think that it's like your own little, it's like your own little army out there of very hard-nosed music fans,
Yeah.
you know, that won't take no for an answer. So, you know, again, if it wasn't for them, I really don't think that we'd be back doing this. So, I think a big part of why we're back is because of those fans, and they've stuck with us and with me throughout the years, no matter what levels of success, different, because God knows, you make records, you don't know how it affects people, you don't know what it's going to do. And I've had varying degrees, some have been very successful, some have not, but it doesn't matter. You're still out there working, and the fans are, they love what you do and stick by you, and that counts for a lot.
Yeah, it does. So you have 3 boys, beautiful wife Betty. Your older son Dino is playing drums. Knowing everything that you've been through, I mean, are you psyched for him to go into the music business?
Oh, to me, it's just the ultimate irony that my oldest son is playing drums, But it's all kidding aside. It's wonderful. If that's what he wants to do, and that's the passion that's inside of him, I'm sure as heck not gonna get in the way of it. I mean, the most I can do is show him, certain things, and perhaps some doors might be open to him because he is my son, but he's gonna have to do it on his own, and he knows how hard it's been. He knows how hard I work. He knows the hours away from home, the travel, all that stuff, and he's grown up in it. So it's not that surprising, honestly, but the main thing is it's if it's his real passion and it's what he wants to do, there's nothing I can say or his mother can say or anybody can say, because you're going to do it no matter what.
Yeah.
And so all I can do is just kind of show him that it's not all he won't always have roadies,
Right, right. Especially as a drummer, you gotta get ready for that.
It's like, it's a lot of hard work, and so musically, he'll just have to deal with it.
Yeah. What's the worst part about your job?
I think probably the part I hate the most is airports. I don't mind travel. I love travel, and I love going to great cities and hanging out in great cities, and we get to do that quite a bit. But you spend a lot of time in airports, and that's I just can't stand it, But that's the worst part about it, I think. The rest is pretty damn cool.
What's the best part?
The best part about it is at the end of the day, you get to make music, and if you can support your family making the music that you want to make, that's really the best part. That you've won. I think that's the ultimate goal, is to do what you love and be able to support your family, and we've been able to luckily do that.
But there's no retirement in this.
I don't think there's any retirement. No, I think I was just thinking about that the other day. My neighbor, who's not much older than me, is retired already, and I was like, and every day I look at him. I don't covet much, but I look at him and I'm jealous a little bit.
What's he doing? Like playing golf and just making mixtapes?
Yeah, he doesn't do anything. He's like me, except he doesn't go on the road on the weekends.
Right. Oh, right.
Because, I'm home all day, pretty much, like he is, in his shorts and T-shirt, just walking around, and I'm like, damn, what does he do?
Or what did he do?
Yeah.
But you're having a lot of fun, and you've been
I am having fun.
such
but
a...
you never retire.
Yeah,
you never
that's the
retire.
thing.
You just... and I don't know. Maybe I would. Maybe I'd be one of the. If I had offshore bank accounts and all that kind of stuff.
Maybe you'd run for president.
Well, No, hell no.
That's a lot of work.
Oh my God.
It's a lot of meet and greets.
I don't even want to be here. You know.
Thank you.
You know, I'm doing this because I love you.
Aw.
Less run for president?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah.
No.
Well, this album is just phenomenal. It's so beautiful from beginning to end. It's
Thank
called
you.
In Time. The Mavericks are back together, coming to your city, hopefully in the new year, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah.
We'll be there. And we're going to play, we're going to play Canada. We're going to play, all over the U.S., of course, and we'll
You're
be
huge
over.
in England.
We'll be over in the UK and Europe, and so we're going to be all over the place next year.
Well, thank you for being our very first voice of experience.
Yeah.
It really means a lot to us here at Talkapolis, and you're amazing and phenomenal. And will you play us
Aw.
a song? Only one last request.
Sure.
All right.
Now that the horns and
Well,
the foghorns and the
It was
bulldozers.
the train, the mountaintop removal, the
Yeah.
clear cutting.
I'm
We got-
surprised you're not next to like a lumber yard.
We are.
We
Yeah, we are. It is. So Raul Malo is going to play us a song. Stick around. It's coming up next. Microcasting for your city. Talkapolis.